Hey everybody, it's Jamie. And in today's video, I want to talk about one of the things that I have had for a very long time that I really think everybody, whether you're a guy or a girl, should invest in and know how to use. That is a sewing machine. Oh, it's really heavy. But yes, I think everybody should have a sewing machine. I think my dad got it for my 16th birthday. My dad got me my handy dandy sewing machine, and let me tell you, it's been like the best thing to have ever. I can do so much with it. I'll show you some of the things that I've done, and I'll show you some pictures that I've done. But everyone is like, oh my god, you know how to sew with a sewing machine? It must be so hard. It's not. Literally, the machine does about like 98% of the work. You just sit there and guide your fabric through. Super easy, super simple, and then once you get the basics down, you start having fun with stuff. Like, I've made so much stuff, so let me show you some of that so you guys can see. So the one thing I like about having a sewing machine, I am only 5'2", so I'm short. So even like the short pants are still tend to be a little bit too long, or sometimes they're too short and I have to get the regular, and those are really long. So one of the handy dandy things, like even like my yoga pants, like they don't do short and tall at Target, they just do regular, and so instead of having them rip up at the bottom, I simply just made a seam at the bottom. So now they fit me perfectly. They haven't come unraveled. And I do the same thing for my mom's pants, for Timmel's pants when he was short. If you get a hole in something, like on a seam, like something just like splits, you take your trusty sewing machine, sew that right up, and it's good as new. You don't have to pay anybody to do it. You pay a few $100s for the sewing machine, which I know is a lot, and you're thinking, it's a sewing machine. Why would I invest that? But trust me, I've had it for, what is that now, like 4, 5, 6 years? Almost 6 years. And I've mended my pants, my mom's pants, repaired sweatshirts and purses, and what else have I repaired? What was the weirdest thing I repaired? I've made who knows how many blankets. I've embroidered blankets with the machine. It's amazing. Some of the projects text message. Okay. Some of the projects I've been getting into lately are, you don't need advanced skills, you just need to know how to follow directions. So this one I actually found off of Pinterest, and it's like a little bag, and you go like this. And it's made out of 2 bandanas. That's the other thing, is you can literally, if you find a fabric you like, you can pretty much use it. But it's like a little bag made out of 2 bandanas. It has a pocket here and a pocket here, and then obviously the giant pocket. But I made this with my sewing machine. Isn't that cool? And it's actually something off of Pinterest that actually worked. I've made, I think, 3 skirts now, and probably more. But the first skirt I made was this one, and I actually made a dress out of the same material. It was just like this, but longer, and then I had a belt. But I made this when I graduated from high school, and I really actually haven't worn it, which I should. And it's really basic. You just sew a little thing, thread some elastic through, see, elastic, and wear it. It's really that simple. I've always kind of wanted like a maxi skirt, but I can never find one of the material that I wanted, and so I made it out of this green material, and it's actually the first circle skirt I've ever made, so it's a little bit different than the whale skirt. And I put some buttons on the back instead of a zipper, because sometimes zippers can be really expensive. So I just put buttons because it's just for me. I mean, it's so much fun delving into projects like these, and it doesn't really take up a whole lot of time unless you want it to take up a whole lot of time. But I'm going to tell you right now that I was reading an article the other day, and they still say that this Brother sewing machine is the best one out there, and it is. It has never broken on me. I have had to buy, I think, 1 pack of needles, or maybe 2 packs of needles since I bought it. But it's really cool. It is, hold on. It's like an LED screen thingy, and it has a light, and you just like this is like the key for all the different stitches you can do, and then you just like scroll through on there, and it's amazing. I don't know, I find sewing really fun because then you can make not only yourself stuff, like I've made purses and things, and then recently my friend Adriana's birthday's coming up, so I made her a little Olaf, just like a little envelope bag thingy. And then I also made her like a chapstick holder. Chapstick holder. And then, don't worry, Justine, I made you one too, although I need to put the key ring in it. And it's just so much fun, and it's such a useful skill, and I'm surprised when I say, oh yeah, I like to sew, or oh yeah, I made this. People are like, and to me it's not a big a deal because I've been sewing forever, and my dad is the one that taught me to sew because my grandma passed away before she could start teaching me to use the machine. And so I feel like it's a useful skill for everybody. Just, you don't have to go crazy making chapstick holders and little Pinterest bags like me, but just learn how to hem your pants, and just, you're literally with the sewing machine just running fabric straight through the machine. You don't have to get fancy with the different stitches. You can use, I use the straight stitch most of the time unless I have room to use, like when you look on your clothes, you know that like loopy one? Yeah, that's on this machine. So if you need to fix something like that and you have the material, then I use that one. But it's amazing. I love having a sewing machine, and I really think you guys should think about getting one if you don't have one. If your grandma has one, then ask her, hey, can you teach me how to use it? And trust me, there's like hundreds upon hundreds of sewing tutorials on YouTube and Pinterest that will teach you how to use a sewing machine. You can probably go to the manufacturer's website and like they'll have instructions, and I know Joann's, I don't know about where you guys live, but where I live, Joann's is our fabric store, and they give lessons on how to use your sewing machine, how to sew certain stuff. And trust me, when you learn how to sew and you walk into Joann's and you just, if you see a fabric you like, buy a yard. Just do it, because I have gone into Joann's or even Walmart and I've seen a fabric I liked, I didn't buy a yard of it, and I've never seen it again, and I'm like, oh, I could have made this for this person, or I could have made that, or it becomes a real problem because you just want to buy all the fabrics, and you can't, because some of them are really expensive, some of them are not. If you're a beginner sewer and you don't want to fork out a ton of money, go to Walmart. I think most of the time you can ask for less than a yard. You can ask for half a yard. That gives you a pretty good amount of fabric. But I just recently bought a yard of really cool fabric. It's really cool sugar skull fabric. For Justine, don't tell her. And I think it was $5 for the yard, which is really good because it's a really nice pattern. I have not seen anything like this. And frankly, Jessie Z, every time I think of you, I think sugar skulls, and I thought this one was cool because the background is like turquoisey blue, and then the skulls have like purple flowers. I wish your birthday would get here faster because I'm really excited to show you what I've been making with it. But I really think you should invest in a sewing machine. You do not have to buy tons and tons of fabric at all. Learn how to hem your pants, learn how to fix your clothes, learn how to sew a button, and make it stay on. Still mastering sewing a button. But after, 10 to 15 Totoros, I got this. But it's such a useful skill. Guys and girls, I recommend that you learn how to sew. Eventually, I want to teach my little brother how to sew. I don't know if he's going to be quite down for that, but I don't think he'll really need to sew anything in his lifetime because he's so tall. But you never know. And then plus, I'm still alive, so he'd be just like, here, Jamie, sew this. Okay. Yeah. I think that's all I wanted to rant to you guys about in this video. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys go invest in a sewing machine. If you do, send me a picture on Twitter or tag me on Instagram or something or other so that I can see. And yeah, if you guys already have a sewing machine, what have you made with it? I would like to know. I've made skirts. I now add shirts, blankets, dresses. Mind you, they're very basic, but hey, it's a start. But yeah, so please give this video a big thumbs up. It really helps me out. Also, while you're also while you're down there, hit that button down below and subscribe to my YouTube Confetti Nation. We're almost to 150. So exciting, hoping to get to 200. So please tell everybody you know to subscribe to my channel. Yeah. Also down below, all my social media links are down there. You guys can follow me on Instagram, Twitter, Tumblr, and Pinterest. And I will see you guys sooner rather than later. So goodbye. Look at all of this mess everywhere.